Hello YouTube. I want to review the P10 C. I know a lot of people are talking about this new pistol. It's very hard to find still at most of your local gun stores, and you're getting a lot of reviews showing up now on YouTube and other forums. I just wanted to give my 2 cents worth. First of all, I finally got a hold of this yesterday. My local gun store says they have been getting about 3 a month, and so when they called me yesterday, told me they had one, I got there as fast as I could. There's a lot of really nice features. A lot of people said this is kind of Glockish, maybe an upgraded Glock. Yes and no. It does have some features that will look really familiar with the Glock. The takedown is similar, but it's got a lot of different features that I'll talk about. Mostly positive reviews. There's a couple of complaints that I'll talk about. There's videos where one reviewer who promotes and endorses Glocks came down really hard on this gun, and so I had to check it out for myself, and you will see that it's not the case. It's a very nice pistol. It's got a lot of features I like it, so we'll talk about the good and the bad. I'm not very brand loyal. If a company puts out a good product, I like it. If they fall short, then I'll let you know about that too. First of all, a lot of things that come to my attention do have this grip texturing. A lot of people may find this a little rough. It reminds me of the old P10 C, how abrasive that grip was. The new 509 has similar, but they toned it down significantly where it doesn't bite into your hand as much. You can probably see my palm just from touching that brief time. I've already got some checkering on my palm. Some people that's not going to bother, some people are not going to like it. Luckily our friends over at Talon Grip have already come out with a grip for this, so if you're not comfortable with this one, there'll be options to fix that. But it is very aggressive grip texturing. One of the problems a lot of people are talking about is this mag release. Some people say it's very hard to operate, and I must say when I first got it, the first maybe 10 or 12 times or so, it was very stiff. But now, see if I can get this on the camera. I mean, it's very easy. It did just take a little warming up. Like I said, one day it went from a little stiff to it's really not stiff at all. I did notice when I was breaking it in a little bit that there does tend to be a little sweet spot. If you're starting from the back and you're trying to put the pressure to that area, it is a little stiff, but when you get into the middle up, there is a very nice sweet spot. But even so, after that 10 or 15 times or so working with it, even the whole release, I mean, it's very easy. There's nothing to it. Features I like on this: it's got good serrations. I noticed on the Smith & Wesson 2.0 that they virtually had no front serrations, and it's almost unforgivable at this day and time. I mean, it's almost standard on most of these pistols now. A couple more things I like. If you notice, the undercut of the trigger guard. It's very nice. I can get my finger right up under that trigger guard, and it gives me a lot of good leverage and pressure in just the right places. Really like that. More and more people are finally catching on to that, and they're starting to put these into the pistols more now. Also, you see where my finger is. You can see there's some very subtle texturing right there where you can rest your finger. I like that. It's especially when you get sweaty at the range. And that's just enough. It's not very aggressive, it's not abrasive, it's just enough to help support your finger right there. I really like it. It's got a nice beaver tail. And what I did learn as I was practicing with this pistol, CZ did a really great job, because when I line my fingers up under the trigger guard and palm back up on the beaver tail, they line up really well, more so than I think any other pistol that I've come across. And this pistol in particular came with the small, you can see the little S there, the small back strap, and I pretty much just take the medium strap that's on most of them, and I'm really happy with the medium strap almost all the time. I got such a good grip, and the pressure that this back strap makes my palm apply to the gun is a very nice neutral inline position, but I hold really steady. I have a really great grip, and I was really happy. And I said, I don't know if I need to even put that medium grip on. But like mostly, I can't help myself. So I took the little pin out, which took a little effort on this model. I put that medium strap on there. I said, well, that's usually what I go with. It's probably what I'll do. And so, again, from the angle that trigger guard, that little cut in the beaver tail, this little bit of a palm swell shifts my grip into a natural position much more up into the beaver tail. So now, instead of that perfectly in-line grip that I feel in that small grip, the back strap, now it pushes my palm up under that beaver tail. And now I'm in a little dilemma, because I like both back straps, but for different reasons. That small strap gives me really good control down in this area, and I still have it with this one, but now it shifts and my grip goes up and in to that beaver tail, and I have more control over the area that I really want the control over. This slide, when you're firing this gun, you want a lot of control up in that area from the recoil, and I have a really, really nice grip on this. And usually from the Glock Gen 4 to any pistol, I would just put that medium grip on there. I really barely can tell the difference between most of them, but this one I really do. I know if you have really large hands, you can pretty much just engulf this gun completely, and you might not care. You might have to go to the large strap, but for me, it's just a really great design. It's simple, but the way that your hand is positioned with these straps, with the swell and the cut, for the first time really ever, I think I've just got a really great grip, and it just works naturally for my hand. So I'm in a little dilemma. I'm kind of leaning towards the medium, because I do like that little extra control up in that area, but I'm going to order some Talon grips, and I have to decide which size of the Talon grip I want to order. So that's why I haven't ordered those yet. But very nice grip, minus the texturing. I could have done just a little bit less abrasive there, but some people aren't going to mind, some people will. The sights. One reviewer made a comment that he did not like the aluminum sights, and then he basically wasn't going to give the gun any respect. These sights are very good. They're out of the box sights. You get a really good sight picture. There's absolutely nothing wrong with these. I would like to maybe sometime get some night sights, but that's just me. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. This gentleman in particular endorses Glocks, makes money from Glocks. He doesn't like the aluminum, but yet Glocks come with this thing. This is what comes on the back of their slides. I'm not sure what that is. It's kind of like a plastic dovetail protector that they do call their factory sights. And so keep that in mind with some of these viewers, what their interests are, what they get out of some of these views. Like I said, I'm not really brand loyal. As long as you put out a good product, I'm going to like it. If you don't put out a good product, I'm not going to like it. But everything in this gun so far is great, except, minus the texturing. It's got plenty of room in the trigger guard for big beefy fingers or some glove fingers. I like the texturing. The serrations are great. Everything is good. One thing that everyone is talking about is that trigger. And it seems like most people are putting out a really good trigger these days, so it's really hard to say who's got a good and who's got a bad trigger. I think the Smith & Wesson 2.0 was a little hyped up. Got hold of that trigger and it was softer, but it was still real gritty, and I wonder why. I said, why don't people just put good triggers out? Well, here's one, and this may be the best trigger on this platform of pistol. Walther PPQ, I love them. I used to think Walther was the biggest kept gun secret in America. Now I think that's CZ. CZ is just putting out great product after great product. Got a little orangish colored follower. But this trigger is so nice, and I'm hoping that you can see and hear it. It's a little dark on this picture, but everybody is reviewing this trigger. It is exceptional. See if you can hear this. Oh, did you hear that? I love that. I can't say enough about this trigger, and there's several triggers on the market that I like. I think this is the best of the best so far. It is very nice. A lot of people say these will fit some Glock 19 holsters, won't fit others. But when I first got this gun, I wasn't seeing a lot of custom holsters for this pistol. But then last night, all of a sudden, I was seeing, P10 C holsters everywhere. But there's a lot of holsters for this that you can get a hold of. I won't say a whole lot more about this. It is just a very, very nice gun. The only thing I will say is it's in the same price point as most of the pistols that it's competing with. And I will just say, look around everywhere. People are doing rebates on just about everything. Smith & Wessons, the FNH, the VP9s. So many people got rebates. Unfortunately, CZ puts out a lot less quantity of these pistols, and they know they're going to be sold right away. They don't have to give any incentives right now. So you just do get the 2 magazines. Some companies are giving away 3 or 4 magazines, mailing a rebate. And extra magazines on here are about $40 plus. So that would have been nice to have maybe an extra magazine, but it is what it is. You get a great product, reasonable price. I hope this helps somebody that may be thinking about buying one of these. It's very exceptional. I think you will enjoy it. Thank you for watching my video.